Welcome to Kickstarting Your Research for MBAS906. We're going to be looking at finding company, industry and commentary on your current assignment. The first thing we need to look at are the types of sources and information and data you're going to need to support the analysis that you've already been given from your data sets. So these would include academic journal articles, company reports, industry reports, consultancy reports, country reports, government publications and newspaper articles. Now where we're going to find this information: university databases, companies, industries and products. We would be going into databases like ProQuest Central, Business Source Complete and Scopus. We're going to be doing advanced Google search to find industry and consultancy reports, and we're going to be looking at Google and Google Scholar and Google News to find additional resources as well. First thing we're going to do is locate the company reports. So depending on where your company is situated, in what country, will depend on where we start to locate these annual reports. You're currently investigating an American company, so we would go to Google. In the Google search box, type in the company name and annual report, and it will generally be the first option in the list. When you go to the company website, look at the annual reports, but also look at the other tabs because they also contain very useful information. You would definitely be looking at the annual report, look at the letter from the chairman and some of the financial statements. Also go back and see information about who they are as a society and making an impact with integrity. And look under the resource tabs as well as news and magazines. All very good data points that you can use to support the data set that you already have access to. Once you've had a look at the company website through Google, have a look at some of our university databases. So from the library homepage, click on Guides, and from here we're going to click on Filter by Subject Area, click on Business and find Companies, Industries and Products. Here we have the top 3 to 4 databases that deal with companies, industries and products. One of the first ones that I would be looking at, because it is an American company, so we won't be looking at data analysis, that is for Australian companies listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. IBIS World could be useful for just charities and donations within the Australian context, so you could compare Australian to American if you would like. Passport Euromonitor does deal with the European side and international industries, but unfortunately just not with the charity side, so I wouldn't recommend it for this assignment. Where I would look first is the Business Source Complete database. So we're going to log in with our username and password. And once we get into it, we would put up the top the company that we're searching for, so the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. It is a phrase, so put it in double inverted commas, and then the drop down box, we would change it. Instead of searching everywhere, we can first search for a company entity, which allows us to get access to 55 results. If we wanted to just search for anything that actually talks about Multiple Sclerosis Society, we would change that drop down box back to select any field, and it would expand our search out to 116. So use both options, especially for this assignment. So once you get your search results, use the refining tools down the left-hand side to narrow it down. One of the recommendations would be to look under subject thesaurus terms. This way we can narrow down the topic even further, so particular aspects about the company. If you click on name, it puts it in alphabetical order, which makes it quite easy to browse and find the keywords that you're looking for. As you can see, cycling, cyclist, contests are all there that we could be using and looking at the results. Once you've had a look in some of the databases, have a look and see what's freely available on the internet. So go to Google, type in the company's names, read the results, try different keyword combinations. So I've just looked for the company name and I've got a number of results, but when I added bike MS, I got access to different results. Up the top in Google, if you click on news, you'll get some of the latest information. So always take the time to explore and see what's also available commentary wise in newspapers. So to support some of the company information that we're finding, we're also going to locate industry information. Now, because we are after charity information, we're going to go to the industry guide, companies, industries and products. So from the library homepage, click on library guides, filter by subject, business, and then companies and industries. And from here, we're going to click on API/inform through ProQuest Central. Once you're in the database, we start using some of our keywords. So I'm going to look for non-profit organizations, and I'm going to look for it as a subject term or the word, and I'm going to limit it to the United States. Change the drop-down option at the side to location. We get access to over 1,300 results. From here, sort by relevance, and then under source type, look at the reports option, and then that way we get access to the industry reports. One of the ones I would probably look at is non-profit institutions, the quarterly update for 2024. From here, we get access to which company has written about it, and it'll go through and give you a full industry profile of non-profits within America. Always have a look at the suggested sources on the side. It's a way to build up your research quite quickly. So as well as looking at non-profit institutions, it's also saying maybe have a look at health fundraising for organizations, and also have a look at the indexing terms. So these are the preferred subject terms for this database, and once we know what they are, we can actually use them to narrow down our research and get more relevant information more quickly. So by clicking on those subject thesaurus terms and looking at those industry profiles, the health funding one, we get access to the overview, competitive landscape, products and technology, and so much more. Again, it's given us access to more subject terms, so if you hadn't already noted some of these down, take the time and then use them in your advanced search options. So once you've explored some of the university industry databases, go and see what's freely available in Google. Now, most of you will just simply type in keywords like industry report, charity, United States of America being a phrase, so I've put it in double inverted commas, and trends. Use the tools option at the front to put in a date range so that you're getting the most relevant up-to-date reports on this industry as you can, and it'll just make your results more relevant. My next recommendation is that if you are looking for industry reports within Google, do a Google advanced search, so google.com.au/advanced_search. This gives you more control over your search results. So what I'm telling Google is that I want the words industry report and charity have to appear in my search results, and we can have either the United States in double inverted commas or is in capitals, so either United States or America. And what I can do is also under file type, limit it to a PDF, as most reports that are uploaded online are PDF'd, and then this way it gives us access to results and reports that are freely available. And as you can see, we get some really useful, interesting results. Again, use the tools option at the side to put in the date range so that you get the most recent reports up the top and scan the first 2 or 3 pages to see if any of those industry reports are useful for this assessment. Please remember that different keywords will give you access to different data sources and data sets. So this time I just did a quick search for industry, reports, charity in United States, again limiting it to PDF and tools, and I've got access to a whole bunch of different reports that I didn't have before. So definitely take the time to try those different keyword combinations to get access to additional sources and data sets for your assessment. A couple of other useful sources around charities and fundraising for the United States that I would recommend is having a look at the Urban Institute of Giving dashboard, the National Philanthropic Trust Fundraise Global Trends in Giving reports, Statistica on non-profit organizations in the US, and the National Council for Non-Profit reports as well. So once you've grabbed your company, industry reports, the next thing to start looking at is what are the keywords that you're going to use from the problem statement that you're going to create to formulate a keyword strategy. So once we know what angle you're going to talk about, think about what the keywords are and what the alternative keywords are, so the alternative synonyms, so name words that have the same meaning. Take the time to write these down now, because having these combinations already written will streamline how you find information within the databases and within Google Scholar. So non-profit organizations, charitable organizations, fundraising, NFP, bike ride, can also be known as a mass corporate charity event, physical activity events, charity sport event. The National Multiple Sclerosis Society will also be known as the NMSS. United States can also be the US, United States of America, and then if you think more globally about what's happening in this industry, you would also add that in. And then depending on what you're choosing to focus on, or the topic that you're going to create a problem statement around, you would then start to use some of these focus words like growth, so expansion, gaps, opportunity, best practice, competitive advantage, sustainability, and trends. So depending on what your problem statement is, your focus and topic words will be slightly different, but this is just an example to get you started. So once you know what your problem statement is and you're starting to look for academic journal articles to support the points that you want to make, you need to hit different databases because they will give you access to different journals. The 3 that I would recommend from the University of Wollongong is Business Source Complete. Here I just typed in charity sports events and I got 350. I tried also the Scopus database. This is a great research database. Again, typing in charity, sports and events, and I got 82. And when I looked at ProQuest Central, charity sport events, I got 18. After I'd had a look at that, I might go and look at charity bike events, change the keywords up, and I would also get different results. So take the time to plan, think about your keywords from your problem statement, and go from there. Once you've looked at 2 or 3 university databases, also try Google Scholar. Different keyword combinations will give you different access to different journal articles. So mass corporate charity event gave me access to 216, while charity bike ride analytics gave me access to 11,000. Charity bike ride and participants, 21,000. So different keyword combinations will give you access to different journal articles, different evidence to support the points that you want to make. So really do take the time to try all those different combinations, because different combinations will give you additional evidence that you might not have had if you hadn't tried a different keyword. So charity sport events, and I'm specifically wanting to look at growth, I get 98,000 results, whereas when I look for charity sport events and a competitive advantage, I get access to 23,000 journal articles within Google Scholar. I'd probably start to limit it using the refining tool at the side and from 2020 onwards, just to make sure it's the most up-to-date information available. Now this was just a Kickstarter, so depending on what your problem statement is, we're more than happy to help come up with a keyword strategy for you. And if you do need help locating additional sources, company, industry and product information, please reach out to the librarians either at Sydney or Wollongong campus. Thank you for your time today.